Good evening. It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock. It's the TNG Review Show. Hooray! Hey. Good evening, Maz. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Yes.
Good.
We are here this evening. Another TNG Review Show with me, Montalban, and my co-host, Mazza McBob.
Hello.
Hello. And tonight we're going to be talking about Season 3's episode, Tin Man. So hopefully, if you're out there, you've done your viewing research, or not, you've just come to listen to my dulcet tones to put you to sleep this evening, Karen?
Is that what happened last week? Did
Yep.
you just say hi and then go?
Yes. Yes.
Bless.
I just, I was that interesting. I put her instantly to sleep. So, you know,
Aw.
if you're having insomnia or having any issues with sleeping, just put us on. And
That could be our new tagline: TNG Review Show, better than ASMR.
Yes, right. Yes. TNG ASMR. That's what we are. Yes. She says I have a soothing voice. So there you go.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Nobody's ever accused me of having a soothing voice, but it's because I've got a good mic. That's what it is.
Well, I love it when you do like your X Factor kind of voice. You know, you've got that sort of deepy, boomy kind of voice. You know.
It's Wednesday. Yeah. I don't know. Your mic's a little crackly there. I don't know if it's banging on something. Oh.
Move it up there. There.
I don't know. Yeah, that's all right. No, you can put it down a little bit. Go on, move it down a little bit. A little bit further.
If I move it near my nose, you complain that you can hear my breathing.
Do I? No, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, so good evening, everyone. I see we have Andrew. Andrew's come along this evening. It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, you missed last week's. We missed you.
He ended up working like super late, took an extra shift, did like a double. So, but it was the irony that we had an open call for people to join last week.
Know.
And Kaz, who's co-hosted once before, fell asleep. Mickey, who's co-hosted once before, was at the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
How did that? You have to let us know how that went.
And Andrew, who wanted a co-host, ended up pulling a double shift. So we were like, nobody wants to join us.
No, we were Billy No mates, weren't we?
Never mind. Trailblazer came on briefly.
He did. He joined us whilst doing his dishes. So
he did.
That's when he usually listens to the TNG Review Show whilst he's doing his kitchen chores. So
that could be another tagline. Keeps you entertained whilst doing the dishes.
Whilst doing the dishes, yes.
Hi, Smiler.
My wrench. Hello, good evening, Smiler. She's had a busy day as well. We've all had busy days today, haven't we? We're busy people.
Little bit.
Yeah. Mickey says the Rocky Horror was excellent, crazy, but he did enjoy it. So,
good.
Pretty cool. Did they throw lots of rice and water in your version? That's what I want to know. Yeah.
There's probably like liability rules or pandemic. They're
probably not allowed to do that anymore.
That anymore, but let's see.
Yeah, it was like toilet paper and rice and water and all sorts.
Andrew's saying, I said he pulled a double shift. Andrew's saying he literally worked 15 hours, which is a personal lifetime best.
That is a double.
It's a literal double shift.
That is a literal.
It's a double day.
A literal double. Yeah. Oh, no throwing of anything. Oh, boring.
Oh,
boring.
I knew that would be the case.
Yeah. Yes. Have you done your homework this evening, Maz? Have you watched any Picard? That's what we want to know.
Have I watched any Picard? Yes, I've watched lots and lots of Picard. I rewatched the whole first series.
Why did you do
preparation for? Well, there's other things like what's it called, Snowpiercer, and I've started watching the new series, and I'm like, I can't remember what the hell happened in the last series. So I find it useful sometimes with binge watching to go back and remind myself of where I was at before I carry on. So I did watch the whole of the first series, and I did start season 2, but I got like 10 minutes into
Right.
the first episode, and that's all I've managed. So I'm afraid not. But I did re-enjoy season 1. Don't hate me.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, the more people enjoy new Trek, the more they'll make more Trek. So you know, it's win-win.
Well, this is it, and I think I've read online that what's he called, Michael Dorn, has been pitching for years to want to have like a Worf-centric show, and if Picard is successful, I mean, it's only a 3-series story arc. That's the way they've sort of pre-written it. But if it's successful, maybe they'll do some other little short few series character spin-offs, which would just be amazing. I'd love to see that.
I think I saw this on a is it Trek Core or Trek Culture recently. They talked about it, and I think they're right. It would be good to see some series or short run series, like an anthology maybe, of stories from the missing period, which is like from after Star Trek 6, but before the beginning of TNG. You know, when they still wore those red uniforms with the, Kirk uniforms.
Yeah.
I'm thinking especially around the forming of the Klingon and Federation treaties. You know, the whole Kittimer incident where Worf, you could show Worf as like a child, and Moog could be the main character. It could be about Moog and trying to suss out the Romulan plot against the Klingons. That whole backstory, and Worf could still be in it because he could be Colonel Worf from Star Trek 6. Where he represented Kirk as I think it was Moog's dad. Worf could still be in it, as the other Worf. That, or maybe like Enterprise B or C, more things around them. Hikaru Sulu's daughter. Follow her story, because that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I think she, in the books, became a big character. So yeah, I think there's stuff to fill in that gap. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. Mickey, I think Mickey's seen a bit of Picard now. I don't know what Mickey thinks, or whether he's got an opinion. He can stick in chat. I think he's seen most of season 1 now. So
Andrew hasn't seen it yet, so tell us what you think, but no big spoilers unless you give Andrew some warning not to look at chat.
Yeah. I've got blood wine this evening, so that's pretty cool.
So do I. Nom nom nom. I've gone Australian with a Shiraz today.
Oh, nice. I like an Australian Shiraz. And I've got a California Merlot.
Ooh, nice.
It's nice.
If anybody else is drinking anything interesting, let us know in chat.
Let us know. Karen, stay awake. Post something.
Yes. Karen.
Yeah. Right. So, shall we begin?
Yes.
Andrew's on the water.
Ah, bless.
Yes. So we're talking about Tin Man. It's episode 20, would you believe? Episode 20 of season 3.
Getting close.
Only 6 more left. Only 6 left of season 3 after this one. Production number 40273/168. Karen's making a cup of tea. It's 67th. It's the 67th to be both produced and released. So when I saw that, I thought I couldn't believe it. 67. Have we done I know we did one episode with 2 of them in it, but have we done 66 of these already? It's like crazy. Wow.
Well, we did start off doing 2 episodes each thing, didn't we? And then we were just like, that's unmanageable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is impressive. I think one of the guys on Facebook, when I posted about Tin Man, he was like, gosh, are you up to that already?
Yeah, I know. The Enterprise, the synopsis. The Enterprise races against Romulans to make first contact with a powerful entity codenamed Tin Man. It was written by Dennis Putman Bailey and David Bishkoff. They co-wrote this and one episode in season 4 called First Contact. Not the First Contact the film, but First Contact the episode. It was directed by Robert Shearer, this is his 5th of 11 episodes that he directed in TNG. Who wants another look at the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. Go on in. Let's have a look. No, that's not it. That's it.
Next time on Star Trek: The Next Generation, a telepath leads a critical mission to save an alien.
Direct mind-to-mind contact is our only hope.
The race is on to stop an enemy threat from destroying it.
If you interfere, we will destroy you as well.
Now, they face an explosive showdown.
Commander, we are prepared to defend the life of the alien.
On Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Star Trek.
I'm so glad we got that guy back.
Yeah, it's much better with the right voiceover guy. Yeah. Yeah. And now you want pictures. I've got to get all my sharing things right.
Yeah. Andrew's saying, "Oh, that's really nostalgic." It is. It's just, gives us that blast from the past.
Blast from the past. I love a bit of nostalgia. Okay. So.
Enterprise has a little friend.
It does. And this shot was reused from Encounter at Farpoint. The USS Hood is the same ship. Is also the ship that transferred McCoy and Riker and a number of the crew onto the Enterprise at the beginning of Encounter at Farpoint.
Nice.
They actually changed the shot. They changed the aspect of it slightly so that the hood appears slightly smaller. It was closer to the camera in the original shot, but they cut it and whatnot and made it slightly smaller. But it's the same shot. So there you go.
Ooh, reminder to click the like button. Good call.
Good call. Thank you very much.
Now.
Well done, Smiler. That was usually G-Star's job, wasn't it? Was to remind everybody to click the like button. And I always forget. So teaser. In the captain's log, we learn that the Enterprise is preparing for a detailed exospheric charts of the Hayashi system. It's a first step towards planet colonization. But don't need to care about any of that because that's got nothing to do with the episode. I always love it when they do a captain's log that's completely irrelevant. On the bridge, Data picks up the USS Hood's approaching on an intercept course, no less. The Hood then hails them on a secure channel. Ding. The Hood's captain, Robert DeSoto, appears on the view screen. Now, I was sure that he's been I keep seeing this. When I see an admiral in TNG, I'm like, they must have been an admiral a number of times because their face is so familiar. And then I look it up and nope, he was just an admiral in this one scene.
Yeah, he was referred to in the previous when the Hood was in it before. Yeah. But his name was referred to as Jonathan. So whether he's Jonathan Robert, like J.R. DeSoto, but for whatever reason, his first name seems to be different in this one.
Yeah. I think this is something like the Hood's. I think this is the Hood's third appearance actually in TNG. Yeah. But yes. I was trying to think.
And you know how irrelevant that captain's log was.
Yeah.
The Hayashi reference. Also completely irrelevant that Hayashi is the Japanese word for forest.
Oh, nice. Yeah, maybe that's why they're going there, because it's a nice, lush, forestry type planet.
Maybe.
Yeah. Why he's so familiar is because I looked him up on IMDb. Can't remember his name. I did have it here somewhere. Nope, it's gone.
somebody Kavanagh or
is it like
McDonough or
Robert Kavanagh?
I've got it here somewhere. Yeah,
but he's been in like everything, like A-Team, Airwolf, Dallas, like
Michael
Kojak.
Kavanagh.
Michael Kavanagh. Yeah, he's been in everything. He had a role in, I think, Voyager and Enterprise, and he's been in a number of series, all sorts of shows. I think he's just been in so many shows I watched, like 24, and I don't know, just everything that I just I'm just used to seeing his face, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, he jokes with Will and asks him if he's getting soft on that luxury cruise liner of his. And he tells them he has new orders from Starfleet that he couldn't broadcast over subspace. And he has an export on board, a Tam Elbrum, that he'll transfer across. Riker is concerned this involves Tam Elbrum because of his involvement in the how do you pronounce this? Gorizda? The Gorizda disaster that cost 47 Starfleet personnel's lives. Among them, Captain Dawson of the USS Adelphi and 2 of Riker's Academy classmates. Troy asks the captain if she can accompany him and Data as they greet Tam from the transporter room, as she knows him, as he was once a patient of hers. And that was the teaser. Done.
There was some pretty dramatic music just at the beginning there as well.
There was some really good
music. It seemed like unusually dramatic.
Yeah. So, have you got any goofs and trivs that we haven't already covered?
No, not really. Just the name, Japanese word. I mean, the music side of things. This was the first time that they had their music composed by Jay Chataway.
Oh, well, that's interesting that you mentioned.
Guest composer.
That's interesting you mentioned the dramatic music then, because I wonder if that was, that's due to the guest composer doing something a bit different. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
Possibly so. Yeah. But yeah, it was really good. Apparently, they had some like 3-hour session with him, and he used things like whale sounds in various works on films, like Red Scorpion and other such things. But yeah, they just they thought that it'd be a really good addition. Synthesizers and orchestra sounds and all sorts of stuff. But the organic sounds for Tin Man was done on synths and didgeridoo loops. So he uses some really like original kind of sounds and some of that stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's Karen's enjoying her posh cup of tea. That's nice. Yeah. Right, well, it's question time. Question time. Yeah, for the first question. Nearly forgot, but no, I've got a question for you. It's worth 20 points. And the question is, what class of starship was the USS Hood?
Ooh.
What class of starship was the USS Hood? So there you go. There's your first question. As you're putting your answers into chat, I will carry on with Act 1. On the way to the transporter, Troy tells Picard that Tam is a gifted telepath, even for Betezoid standards, and he's a specialist in first contact situations, but he's not what you might expect. Yeah. There's him looking surprised. Picard greets him, and he's like, yeah, here's the details of the mission, passing him an isolinear chip. He then moves to who he calls D, and they exchange some pleasantries. Data then gets his attention, which startles him, and that's what we see in the picture there. He startles him because he can't read Data at all. Picard's about to issue orders to Data when Tam cuts him off, telling Data to run to the bridge with the orders, as he'll want it analysed and ready to be briefed in 10 minutes. Picard looks annoyed at being cut off and signals Riker over the comms to the same effect. Tam doesn't want to use his quarters. He wants to get straight on with the briefing. because he wants to get it over with. What's it with people beaming onto the Enterprise and then not wanting to be shown to their quarters? It seems every time they beam someone across, they're like, we'll show you to the quarters. And they're like, no thanks.
No, get on with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you look at him, who do you think of? Or what springs to
Well,
mind?
I was going to say the mayor from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
That's what he's probably
I
most.
see when I look at him.
That's what he's probably most known for, isn't it? And he's great in that
Definitely.
role.
He is.
He's
He is.
kind of
He's sort of
annoying
like-
in this role. I mean, he's supposed to be he's supposed to be annoying, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's supposed to be literally deliberately trying to make everybody hate him. That's why he's annoying. Which is fair enough. I can see how they would.
Yeah. I've just realised we've got no Stuplum. Oh, yes, we have. There he is.
Yeah, we do.
I didn't think we had Stuplum for a moment. But yeah, he's there. He's there. Yeah, he's fantastic as the mayor of... I was going to say Springfield, but it's not, is it? It's
Sunnydale.
Sunnydale. Yeah, Sunnydale.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mayor of Sunnydale. He's like... he's both like really twee and charming and horrifying at the same
Super
time.
evil.
Yeah, super evil. Yeah. Plays a really good character.
He is good. And he looks, he's got like this sort of, he looks a bit weird with the super black Betezoid eyes as well.
Yeah, it kind of suits Deanna with her dark brown hair, but with his red head and his pink complexion, it doesn't work, does it?
Super disturbing.
It's kind of, yeah. It does give him
Like, get those beady eyes off me.
Yeah. On the way to the bridge, Riker gives Geordi some more information about the Gorizda disaster, and we learn that it was a first contact mission with Gorizda. A culture misunderstanding between the crew of the USS Adelphi and the Gorizdans resulted in the deaths of 47 crew members, including Captain Dawson. A Starfleet Board of Inquiry assigned blame of the incident to Captain Dawson for carelessness about Gorizdan cultural taboos. Riker doesn't believe Tam did enough to prevent this tragedy, though. So, despite what the inquiry came up with, Riker's still laying the blame at Tam's door. We got everybody's answers in now? I think we might have. As Karen, yeah, I think.
Don't have one from
Not from Andrew yet. We're still waiting for a couple of answers, so I'll give you a little bit longer.
Did you notice in the description of the disaster thing the 47 reference? 47
Oh
people
yes.
died in the disaster.
Oh no! Do you know what? I did not.
You even said it, but you didn't notice it.
I didn't. I did not notice. Here on the bridge, I tell you what though, there's lots of pictures in this one. Memory Alpha go to town with the description of this episode. There are a lot of pictures. So
Cool.
we have plenty of pictures this evening. On the bridge,
Nice.
reviewing the orders on the isolinear chip there that Data is holding. Riker, Data and Geordi find that they will be following the path of the Vega 9 probe to Beta Stomgren, the Beta Stomgren star system, some 23 parsecs beyond the furthest manned Federation exploration. Further than they've ever explored before. Later, in the observation lounge, Data informs them that Beta Stomgren is about to go supernova, and Starfleet sent a probe to learn about it, but they picked up something else. Now, 23 parsecs. Do you know how far that is?
No.
Yeah. I looked it up. It's about 75
Your
light
question,
years.
is it? Oh, right.
No. I just was just interested. Like, okay, so if we know they got to go 20, because you don't often learn like exactly what distance they've actually got to travel in an episode. So
Yeah.
they've got to go at least 23 parsecs, which is 75 light years. So at about warp 8, that'll take about 2 weeks to get there. So
Is that how long they were there, was it?
yeah, that's how long it took them to get there. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
No wonder he's going out of his mind, being like,
Yeah, that's why, like,
crowded ship.
Yeah, because it seems in these episodes sometimes that it happens over a period of like a day or two, like it's later that day. And when Troy goes and visits him, you think, oh, he's only been there a moment, but this is probably like a week later,
Yeah. Hello, G-Star. G-Star's joined us.
Oh, good evening, sir. Yeah, good evening, sir. Right. Should we have answers?
Yeah, can do.
Should we have answers?
Andrew, you'll have to miss out on your points, Andrew.
And I think everybody got it right, and it was the Excelsior class. Yes.
Duplum said Cadbury, and I said Constellation.
Oh, I didn't see those two.
So Mickey got it right, 20 points. Kaz got it right, 20 points. G-Star got it right, 20 points.
Excelsior!
Nothing for Andrew, Stu, or Maz.
Whose favourite expression is Excelsior?
I can't remember.
No? There's a bonus point in chat then. Yeah. Who famously uses the expression Excelsior?
Just can't remember.
We'll see. We'll see if anybody knows that one in chat.
Yeah.
He-Man? No, it's not He-Man, Mickey. It's not He-Man. No. Yes, so. Where was I?
Supernova.
Oh, yeah, Supernova.
Really far away system.
Yep, so
23 parsecs.
Yes. So they're in the observation lounge, and Data's giving a talk about what the probe found, and Tam interrupts Data because he's taking too long explaining it. And he puts a display of the cocoon-looking ship up on the display and says it's called Tin Man. And their experts think it's a living starship, and Tam himself is going to establish contact with it. Troy wonders why this is top priority, and Picard's like, 'cause the Romulans, duh. Tam realizes that he accidentally left the Romulan aspect out of the mission briefing, which was a bit of an oversight. And the Romulans say they claim the star system for themselves. Worf says they claim everything within their field of view. I always wonder about that, though, because in space, you can see everywhere in every direction for like about 13.8 billion light years. So they just claim everything.
Yeah, he was probably speaking, metaphorically. But, I mean, there are, they do have sort of boundaries of, Romulan space and things drawn out. So I'm guessing what they're saying is this isn't actually in Romulan space at all. They're just claiming it for some reason. I don't know. But, yeah.
Ah, nobody knows this. I'm surprised. Excelsior! No, nobody. Yeah.
Can't remember.
No. Yeah, Tam and Data confirm that the Romulans have sent two Deirdre? No, that was a Deirdrix class warbirds of their own to investigate. Luckily, the warbirds are somewhat slower than the Enterprise, so the race is on. As Data holds an honours degree in exobiology, Picard orders him to head up the life sciences team for the mission. Oh, there they are, having their discussion. After the briefing, Picard expresses concern to Tam that the Romulan element was a vital piece of information that shouldn't have been missed out of the briefing. Tam apologises for being distracted. Riker looks away in an unimpressed look, and Tam's like, "No, Billy boy, I wasn't distracted on Gorizda. If Dawson had listened to me, no one would have died." Apparently, this does little to change Riker's opinion, though, because Tam says in his next breath. Because Tam says so in his next breath. Tam confirms that Riker doesn't believe what he's saying and storms out, while Picard, Riker, and Data look on silently. Yeah, and that was the end of Act 1.
Do you know why they call him Tin Man?
Is it reference to the story about Tin Man and the comes to Earth?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, is it Wizard of Oz?
No, when you said the story of Tin Man,
I don't know.
Wondered if you meant the Wizard of Oz. So it's because actually Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz, the other formal name for that character is Tin Woodman, and Tin Woodman is also the name of a sci-fi book that was written in 1978, and it was all about a little boy who lived on Earth, and he was psychic. And because everybody feared him, they sent him away to be on like a spaceship and go off on missions. And this mission went and found this living ship, and this boy bonded with it and created a psychic link. So literally this, it's sort of widely known. It's not like they just sort of stole the story, but they did literally take the story as a, they probably paid for it or whatever to turn it into a screenplay as inspiration for this episode. So they called, because Tin Woodman in Oz is also called Tin Man. They called this one Tin Man instead of Tin Woodman, like the book. I
see. Very cool. Very cool. So the answer to whose catchphrase is Excelsior. It's Stan Lee of Marvel fame.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Anyway.
I knew it, but I didn't know how I knew it.
Nobody got that. Nobody got that one. But that was us.
Andrew said he was hoping that was the question. If you knew the answer, why didn't you say?
Yes, so we got question 2 now. We're on to question 2. How many crew members died in the Gorizda disaster? Now, we might have made a thing about this, so...
Yeah.
How many died?
I didn't mean to emphasize it earlier. I didn't know that was going to be a question. But
That's okay. It just is.
What else did I have? Also this is the it's not the first episode to feature the Diridu class Romulan warbird, but it is the first one
Deirdre
referred to. A Deirdre, is that what it is?
No.
A
Diridex, isn't it?
Diridex.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Anyway, there was one in Next Generation, the Neutral Zone episode.
Yeah.
But it's the first one that was actually described as being that class of warbird.
Right, as you're getting your answers in, I'll carry on with Act 2, because I just had a swig of my blood wine.
Num num.
In the Captain's Log in Act 2, we learn that they are still several days out from their destination, and Picard has concerns that Tam seems unstable. Picard visits Bev in sick bay, and Crusher informs him that he is super high on the ESP scale. And that's Tam, super high on the ESP.
Diagnosing him as super high.
And is considered a prodigy. Troy points out that's because he was born telepathic, which is rare in Betezoids. Usually they don't get their telepathic abilities until they reach maturity, until adolescence. Those born that way rarely lead normal lives. They're often hospitalized as a result, I think because they go a bit. That was why Tam was a patient of Troy's once. Bev points out that Tam has been taking assignments that take him more away from people and isolated from other humanoids. So he's trying to get away from his troubles. There's Data looking captainish. You can tell these
little reminders in your script to move on the pictures work really well, don't they?
It's good, isn't it? It only took me about 63 episodes to figure that one out.
It was great.
Yeah, but I love the look of Data there. Like
Yeah.
I'm being the captain.
That is like one smug robot.
It is. Yeah.
Android, sorry.
Yeah, how dare you. On the bridge, Wes points out that they're on a race through space, and the sensors are picking up an echo heading in the same direction. Data surmises he's either a sensor malfunction or someone is following them. Worf says, well, it's not a sensor malfunction. Wes points out, though, that if it was the Romulans, they shouldn't have picked them up at all, because they're cloaking devices. Geordi thinks they may be pulling energy from it and diverting it to the engines to keep up the chase. Data orders Worf to monitor the echo, and if there's any changes, put the ship in yellow alert. Troy visits Tam in his quarters to check in on him. This is what we were talking about earlier, because they've been there for like a week and a half. He's at first curt with her. He's not doing too well. But eventually he tells her that the crew scare him, as there's too many minds and he can't shut them out. He feels he could drown in it. He has his own doubts and misgivings over the Gorizda incident, without getting Riker and Picard's feelings about it thrusted into his head as well. He does admit that he got too close to them and didn't see the dangers. He likes working with Data, though. He finds him restful. Troy says that's a unique perspective of Data that probably nobody else has ever shared. Troy wonders why he would put himself through this with over 1,000 souls on board. But Tam says, how could he not meet something so alien that was born in space, that's intelligent and swims through space as freely as a fish does in water? It's ancient and so lonely. Troy's like, how do you know all that? And Tam admits he's been in a little bit of contact with it, though the distance, it would be impossible for him to do so, but not impossible for Tin Man himself. On the bridge, they have reached the edge of Beta Stromgren system, and they are 18 minutes from their destination. They put Tin Man on the main viewer, and Riker informs Picard that astrometrics have reported that the star's collapse has accelerated, and it could go nova in minutes. Ping. Let's go into that picture for a minute. As Tam and Troy arrive on the bridge, so does the Echo entering the system, and the Echo does turn out to be a Romulan warbird. Picard orders yellow alert. And that's the end of that act.
Data's a restful robot.
He is.
I'm just calling him a robot again because G-Star's freaking out about
robot. I know. How dare you? How very dare you? So we got answers to question 3. So how many people died on the USS Adelphi in that incident?
Duplum put 47, Andrew put 48, Mickey put 49. Kaz, G-Star have not answered.
Kaz's gone to sleep again, hasn't she?
Kaz, wake up!
Kaz, you've had your tea.
Does she have caffeine-free tea?
I don't know. That would be no good, would it? That would be no good. Yeah. Wake up.
G-Star says 47. Karen says 50.
50.
Right, so I think we've got all 5 answers in now.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure. I mean, I'll go with 47 because I know I made the 47 reference, but I have a feeling they might have said something like 47 people died as well as the captain or something. I don't know, but was it just 47 or was it more?
It was 47, including the captain.
Okay, cool.
Including the captain and 2 people Riker knew from the academy.
Brill. So Stu Plum gets 40 points. G-Star gets 40 points, taking him to 60 and into the lead. And everybody else doesn't. Sorry.
Oh, it's her posh tea from Fortnum and Mason's.
That's what you meant by posh tea.
Posh. Posh tea.
I have posh tea too that I get from Betty's and Taylor's.
Nice.
It's so nice.
I have PG Tips.
That's all right. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
It's not.
Bit PG tips.
Better than Tetley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want question 3 now? Because we're at the end of Act 2.
Yeah, why not?
What was the class of warbird that was following them?
Oh,
we've said
we
that.
made a complete hash of saying it, so if people get it even roughly right.
I'm not going to worry about your spelling, but what is the class of warbird you see on screen here? Let me know.
Good question.
PG what?
Class of what? PG tits. Oh,
That's not,
what?
Stop.
G-star.
I don't know what that is.
Naughty. Yeah, we're like, what to say now?
I don't know. That's your
G-star. See, he's rude when he's on the show, and then even when he's not on the show, he's still being rude.
I love your accents, by the way. I love that story time this week with the
oh yeah,
serious
Ludacris was
serious
enjoying
G
that as well.
That did have me laughing. It was good.
The other reference to Tin Man, of course, has been multiple times used as a tag for Data. So it was used in Skin of Evil as a sort of derogatory nickname given by Armus. But then also Dr. Ira Graves also used that in Schizoid Man, but it was kind of a more like, I don't know, it's not a compliment, but it was more like a term of endearment, I guess. It was in a more positive context, but yeah. So I guess they're sort of, it's another reason why they called it that, is carrying on that sort of a theme, even though it's not about Data. But
you might notice I haven't pulled up many comparison images. There's not really anything. There's not much to show aside from the standard pictures in this, because all the special effects shots and that were all kept. Nothing was redone for the Blu-ray HD version. It was all kept from the original. So, and there was no recorded goofs, and they don't reuse many props from other episodes or shows either. So, yeah, not a lot to show.
there was that initial scene that you said was reused, but from a different angle.
Yeah,
but,
all right then. Okay, just because you pointed it out. All right, you had to mention it. So here's the original shot from Encounter at Farpoint of the Hood and Enterprise around the Farpoint planet. You can see in this shot that the Excelsior class ship is right alongside, overlapping in front of the D. Compare that to the sort of same time frame with this shot, and it's a little bit further back. It's a little bit smaller. I don't know if you can just make out from these two comparing shots that it's a little bit further behind, but only slightly.
You say they use the same shots. What did they do? Like take multiple shots initially, and they just reused one? Or?
Yeah, I think it's just a composite, isn't it? It's probably the Excelsior from Star Trek 4 leaving space dock or something. They then pasted in front of this shot of the D. You know, it's all reused, isn't it? So
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. You mentioned it, so I've shown it.
And there was a supposed goof, but I think they glossed over it. Was when Deanna went to see Tam in his quarters, there was supposed to be some sort of marker on the floor to tell her where to walk in and stop. But I looked for it; there was nothing there. So maybe they got rid of that in the stream version.
Maybe it's not mentioned, but it could possibly be. Yeah. Right, on with Act 3 then, as we're getting some more answers in. As the warbird approaches, Worf detects it, aiming its disruptors. Picard orders red alert and raises shields. The warbird fires on the Enterprise and then carries on towards Tin Man. Data tells them the warbird has exceeded maximum engine output by 30%. That's damaged the warp coils. Tam confirms this and the other warbird is 2 days behind them. It was this one's job to get to Tin Man first at any cost. He got this info from a mind of a Romulan commander as the vessel passed by. Dink. Picard orders all stop whilst LaForge effects repairs to the shields. Geordi overrides safety protocols to make the repairs faster. He then signals the bridge that will take 30 minutes. Picard tells him he's got 10. Very...
it's very Scotty.
Kirk and Scotty. But Scotty would have been like, normally it would take me 30 minutes to do this, but I'll do it for you in 10. But not so on the D. On the bridge, Picard reluctantly cedes honor first contact to the Romulans, which upsets Tam. Picard doesn't think the Romulans will sway Tin Man, though, so don't worry, nothing to worry about. Picard orders Data to continue to monitor Tin Man and query the Vega 9 probe via long-range sensors. As the crew wait for Geordi to effect repairs, Tam and Data continue to monitor Tin Man from his workstation in his quarters. Data tells Tam that he's configured this workstation to work quicker than the one on the bridge, so it delivers information to him faster. I think that's an interesting piece of information about Data's workstation in his quarters, that he's customized it to work well for him as an android. Robot. Works well for him as a robot. Yeah. Just like to wind G up, don't you? Yeah. Tam explores Data's quarters and finds it Spartan. Tam guesses that Data doesn't sleep, and Data says he does try from time to time. Tam is also intrigued that Data has taken up painting. He's taken up painting as a hobby, and he has a little look under Data's current project. And Data almost looks annoyed that he removed the cover off of it to have a look to see what he was painting. Because you don't do that with someone's painting something.
I did wonder that, yeah. It did feel like he should have maybe asked.
Yeah. Yeah. Data.
That I was going to say that picture is the energy vortex from Times Squared, apparently.
There you go. It's the matte painting for the energy vortex. There he is looking at it. Data brings the conversation back to Tin Man and confirms that it has an internal layout similar to a space vessel with corridors, chambers, suitable environment for carbon-based life forms, though it has no crew on board. Data speculates that it was bred or adapted itself to that purpose, which he finds interesting. Tam poses the question, does living have to have a purpose to it? Or is the purpose enough to just exist? Data doesn't think he's qualified to answer such a question, but Tam thinks he's uniquely qualified because he studied humans for so long and is an honest researcher. Data's like, I thought you couldn't read my mind. It seems for a moment that Data is a little upset that Tam can't read his mind. He says maybe it's because there's nothing there but circuits and servos. Poor Data. But Tam says maybe it's just because you're different, and that's okay too. What are you talking about in chat there? I think YouTube thought it was offensive.
Yeah, Mickey said that his answer wasn't accepted, he couldn't put it in chat. He thinks YouTube thought it was offensive.
Oh.
And then Smiler Rainbow said, WhatsApp it to me. He said it wasn't, but I didn't know the correct answer anyway. I mean, I don't know what he must have put to have YouTube block his comment.
I've never heard that.
It's been very rude.
What did you write?
Rude indeed.
What did you write? Yeah. We all want to know now.
Yeah, curiosity.
Yeah. Data brings the conversation back.
Curiosity killed the chat, right?
Killed the chat. Yeah. Well, it's PG tits allowed. So,
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Data brings the conversation back to Tin Man and confirms that it was... oh, no, did I just said that. Oh, no. Oh, I've just seen all that. I've said all that. I meant to change the picture. That's where I'm at. There you go. Bit of a close-up on his face. Data and Tam head back to the bridge. The Romulans try to contact Tin Man, but they get no response. So they arm their disruptors, as they have orders to destroy it if they cannot communicate with it. Tam pushes past Picard and mentally sends Tin Man the message, "Danger, Will Robinson. I mean, danger, Gomtu. Do not allow." I think just as Geordie's about to get the Enterprise back underway again, Gomtu does a little spin and sends out a shockwave that obliterates the Warbird and shakes the Enterprise about a bit. Now, with over 1,500 crew, so I had to look this up, about 1,500 crew serve on the Diridex class Warbird. So that little mental send there was a bit of a whoopsie, wasn't it? Yeah, he was responsible for 47 lives on the last mission, and now he's responsible for 1,500 Romulan lives. But
crikey!
Whoopsie dupsie. Picard tells Tam, "It looks like you woke the Tin Man." Bum 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 bum.
So, you know Tin Man?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that effect there. That was the effect he used when he defended himself was the same visual element as when Viger explodes at the end of
Viger.
Motion picture. Viger. Oh, Viger. Voyager. Yeah, of course.
Viger.
Of course.
And it's not when he explodes. It's when he transcends to another form of life.
Ah.
I have a picture.
Ooh,
I have pictures.
good.
So this is Viger at the end of Star Trek 1, the motion picture, when it merges with Captain Decker. It merges with Captain Decker and becomes another form of life, something completely new. And as you can see, forget the big lens flare in the middle, but if you look at the shockwave,
It's got the donut.
Yeah, the donut and the shockwave, and then look at this one. Oh no, that was too late. That one. There you go. You can see it's the same. It's the same. They reused the same effect, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You've shown a picture of Tin Man on there, have you?
Yeah, earlier on, Data had it up on the. Do you want to go back to it?
Well, it's just that on two separate Facebook groups, two completely separate people came up with almost the exact same comment about it. One person, Ty, says, "It's like model makers on the Next Generation. We need a new alien ship. Any ideas? Ooh, how about this pine cone I just hit with a blowtorch? Perfect." And then on the other one, I think Ludacris said it's like somebody set fire to a pine cone. So, hi, G-Star.
G-Star, what are you doing? What are you doing on here?
I just thought I would pop along.
Yeah, lovely to have you.
Put my uniform on and everything.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Did you have to blow some dust
like
off
the old days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look, we want to see G-Star.
Guys?
I'm going to bring G-Star. There you go.
Hello,
good. Sir. I'm doing well. Yes, doing well.
Good stuff. It's a good show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I would just say, the guys are super lively on chat this evening.
It's good, isn't it?
It's
it's good. We're liking it.
Like everybody deserted us last week, but they're all back this week. Yay.
I was playing it in the background whilst I was trying to do some editing and bits, and I was finding myself glued to the chat, because if I wasn't, I was just like, whoa, everybody's really chatting.
And Mickey in the end posted Deirdre Barlow XXX.
Wow. Deirdre Barlow XXX.
Porn or something? I
don't know. Deirdre Barlow was a character in Carnation Street.
Yeah.
I don't know if I missed the last question. The last question I got was Romulan class.
Yeah, that was Mickey's answer to that question. Yes.
Oh, right. And I just said what Stu said because he made it easy because he typed it out exactly right.
Did he? You've just given away the answer, G. We haven't done the answer yet.
Well, I'm only guessing. I could be wrong.
Let's see if Deirdre
You can't just
Barlow...
copy somebody else's answer if you don't know.
She doesn't look much like a Romulan warbird, does she?
No.
Glasses do.
We did call it the Deirdre class several times, though.
That's a lot of Deirdre. That's a lot of Deirdre Barlows on one page, isn't it?
That's too much Deirdre Barlow.
Is that too much Deirdre Barlow for you?
It's a bit too much, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Those glasses.
Anyway, I've forgotten where I was now.
I don't know. We may as well do the answer to the question, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, Andrew got it right. The Diridex, whatever that is. Stuplum also got it right. G-Star copied Stuplum.
I did not copy Stuplum. It was just the right answer.
Karen put the Dirididid, which is pretty much almost right. And Mickey said Deirdre Barlow XXX, probably because we called it Deirdre class several times.
Yeah, that'll do.
I think they're all pretty right.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And that's what is that? 80 points each on this one?
Yeah, go on.
So that's 160 to Kaz, 180 for Stuplum, 100 for Mickey, 140 for Andrew, 180 for G-Star, and 120 for me. So at the moment, Stuplum and G-Star are joint lead.
Oh, come on, Stuplum.
With Kaz 20 points behind them and Andrew 20 points behind her. So it's all pretty close, actually. There's 5 people pretty close. Mickey, I'm on 120, Mickey's on 100. So we're a little bit further behind Mickey.
D-Deridex.
Everybody's got a chance.
That helps.
D-Deridex, yeah.
That's how it's pronounced. Andrew has helped us out with the phonetic spelling.
Thank you, Andrew.
That does help. That really does help. Yeah. I need my Klingon spelled out like that. I do have a Klingon word this week. I do have a Klingon word, which I'll wait until the end.
You now?
I do.
Okay.
It's a simple one, but I have one. I got a new Klingon word.
Wicked.
I quite like this picture from Memory of as well, of like the explosion from Tin Man.
Yeah.
The only thing I complain about it really is that the overlay explosion of the Romulan warbird is pretty naff. The way it explodes looks pretty naff. But
yeah, you'd kind of expect it to be blown in the direction of whatever that shockwave is, rather than just a little poof.
It just goes poof. And you can tell it's kind of superimposed on the top of the model. It just doesn't look very good. Right, so we've got another question. It's another question. Question time. Question number 4. How would you describe the picture that Data drew that Tarm uncovers? What is it a picture of? How would you describe it?
How would you Oh, right, okay. Andrew says at least that's how he pronounces it in a Scottish accent. Does that mean you're Scottish? That means we've got Scottish and Irish and English watching. We haven't got anybody from Wales. We need a Welsh person.
I know.
Then we'd have like the whole of UK covered.
I've got a chap in my team. Oh, he's. Go on then. Go on then.
Who?
Me? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, you offered.
Cardiff. That's how they spell it. That's how they pronounce it in Cardiff.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. You say so.
It's their Welsh,
It's not bad. It's not bad.
We've got 2 wrenches posting questions in chat now.
Oh.
Just in case you want it repeated.
Double wrench.
It's a bit weird because every accent that I try and do, I end up progressing into Welsh. So when I was doing the Irish accent the other day, it was sort of slightly starting to go into Irish, the facts of the matter are, and then it went Welsh.
You should have just sent the script to Mickey.
Mickey.
I almost did. I was going to ask him if he could do a voice recording and send him the script.
Back. Yeah, that'd be good.
I think I will next time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what was the picture Data? How would you describe the picture that Data was painting in his quarters? That's the question. Okay, on with Act 4. Geordie now unfortunately needs to fix the warp engines, which he has to bring offline to recalibrate the regulators, which will take about 20 hours work. He also needs to bring the computer back online, but Riker wants him to concentrate on the shields because there's still the threat of the Romulan attack. In sickbay, Tam is getting checked out by Dr. Crusher after what appears to be a seizure on the bridge. Bev tells him he's suffering from systemic stress. There he is.
Is that worse than non-systemic stress?
There he is getting checked out, and there's an unimpressed Picard in the background. Picard wants to know exactly what he did, and how much contact he's had with the space creature. Tam explained he just sent out a mental warning, and he had no real contact except for one on an emotional level. Tam also explains that Gomtu is old and from an ancient race, probably from outside the galaxy. Once there were millions of them, but now it's all alone, maybe the last of its species. Picard suggests that Tam ask Gomtu to return to Federation space with them, or at least move away from the star that's about to go nova. But Dan tells him that Gomtu knows about the star and is planning suicide by supernova. Long ago, there was another explosion near Gomtu that emitted high level of radiation which penetrated its outer layers and killed the crew. He tells a story he feels Gomtu's loss and pain. Troy tries to snap him out of it and warns him he might lose himself if he's not careful. Tam tells Picard to go. Tam tells Picard he has to go on board. Picard says no. Tam says, "You don't trust me," and Picard's like, "No, I don't believe I do." Tam thinks he's going to have to trust him though, as it's the only way to complete the mission. In engineering, Geordie gets sensors up, which I don't think anybody ordered him to do, but it was shields, then engine, but he's got sensors up and running, just in time to pick up a second warbird entering the system. But as he's not got the shields up and running, that's a bit of a problem. Have we got all the answers in yet, do you know?
I don't know. Most answers are joke answers.
That's fine. That's fine.
We have answers like white hole, black hole, it's blue, white hole with a bit of black hole, lazy, and
I love that.
to your new life.
Sorry, what was that?
I think it, every time I see it, it reminds me of the thing that's in that episode that takes in the Enterprise, but I can't remember if that was already featured or that's to come yet.
That's already
I think
been.
it's to come yet, isn't it?
No.
Is it?
Yeah. I think it's already been.
Maybe it was Data remembering that, because it looks exactly like the Vortex.
I think Maz
Square.
said it. Yeah. I think you said it, didn't you, on the thing?
Mm.
Yeah.
It's the bleep, bleep, bleep from Times Squared.
Times Square.
Ah.
They get sucked into that thing. Anyway.
Like I was getting sucked into chat.
It's nice red wine. Anyway.
Mickey says it's a childlike drawing with hints of Picasso and qualities of a Rembrandt. I think they're wanting points for their, artistic interpretation of his vision.
Mickey already gets extra points for that one.
Yeah. He's the favoured fan, right? As
Yeah,
Cass always points
yeah,
out.
he's her favourite. So it is this the swirling vortex of doom, or whatever it was called from the Times Squared episode. But if you said white hole, black hole, vortex, swirly cloud thing, anything like that, then you get points. Maz will dish you out
1,000?
points. No, I think it was, what was this one? It was 100, was it?
Yeah, it would be 100. Yeah.
God.
So black hole gets points. White hole gets points.
Yeah.
Portal gets points.
Yeah,
Vortex.
that'll do. Vortex, portal.
Vortex.
Maz, you said blue. Yeah, that gets points.
No, that blue gets points. And what about the a childlike drawing that has hints of Picasso and the qualities of Rembrandt?
That's 150 points. That is.
What?
So Mickey gets special treatment once again.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's still not caught up yet.
I could have put something like a fart on a blue morning.
You'd have probably got points. I got points for blue,
200.
for God's sake. I think that was more of a travesty, getting points for blue. So at the moment, Stu Plum and G Star are still in the lead with 280. Kaz is next with 260. Then Mickey on 250, Andrew on 240, and me on 220. I'm in last place now.
It was blue. It was blue, though. So
very close.
if you like that painting, and I think it was actually the matte painting used in that scene, or partly used, we'll see it again in the next episode. It's featured in the next episode. It's a nice little continuity thing. So yes, we shall see.
What,
that.
in his quarters again?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that pretty ship in the picture. It's so nice.
It's pretty cool, and you really see the size difference of the.
Green.
Yeah, they got the size difference right in this shot.
The Deradex.
The Deradex. Where is it? Where's I can't see Andrew's posts. The Deradex. That's it. There we go. Okay, so Picard wants to know exactly what he did. Oh no, I've done that, haven't I? Yes, I've said that.
Also, Karen said he needs to take a lesson from Sunny and I, Robot. Was Sunny good at painting? I don't know.
Don't know.
I can't remember. Or is she just calling him a robot? Yeah.
Yes. True. Okay, I'm on the right part now, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
So, in the ready room, Picard asks Troy and Data their views on Tam, whether he can be trusted. They agree that whilst his stability is precarious, his motives are genuine. Data suggests he can act as an oversight for Tam and beam over with him to Gomtu. Initially, Picard thinks Troy should go, but eventually agrees it should be Data. When the Warbird arrives and decloaks next to the Enterprise. And ting. The Enterprise hails them, and the commander responds by ordering them to leave the sector as it's being claimed by the Romulans. And they want the right to retaliate against Gomtu for the destruction of the first Warbird. He warns them they will be destroyed if they intervene. That's the end of that act. Have you got anything about that act you want to say, Maz?
I was just going to say about, so this dude on the screen you've got at the moment, he's called Peter Vogt, V-O-G-T. And I looked up whether he had been in anything else, and actually he was in Next Generation. Then he was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine as Bajoran number 1 in episode A Man Alone. And then he was in
pinnacle of his career.
Yeah, then he was in Star Trek Voyager as the commandant in episode Nemesis, which is actually a really great episode. That's one where they take Chakotay and they they put him through almost like this battle simulation, but he doesn't know it's a simulation, teaching him that these other people are really evil, and then they let him loose on these other people. They like brainwash him. But he plays so he was in Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and Next Generation. Yeah. And what's he called? That other guy, Harry Groner. He was also in something else Star Trek-y. I can't remember what. There's a lot to scroll through on his list of stuff. He was in Enterprise. That was it. He played Nathan Samuels in a couple of episodes in Star Trek Enterprise.
It looks from this picture here that I know that it's like a 3D view screen, but it looks like he should be, because we're directly behind the middle of Helm and Ops, that he should be looking straight at us, really, rather than off towards the ready room. But yeah,
does indeed.
So I've got another question. It's question time. It's question time.
Is this the final question?
No, second to last question.
Oh God!
This is Act 4's question.
It's gonna be a big points day today.
Yeah, big points. What is the name of Geordie's assistant in engineering in this episode? So he helps him with his repairs. He calls him by name several times. I haven't mentioned him at all, so you'd have to watch this.
Gosh, that's a hard question.
Well, it's for 120 points, so it's a big one.
All of his assistants in, or whatever, all of the guys in engineering, they were all wearing the old uniforms.
They were, yeah.
Like the first uniforms. Obviously, they didn't have, budget to give them other ones, but some of them looked a little bit tight around the seams, like not quite a good fit for the prop costumes. But
like the helmsman here. The helmsman's wearing the old uniform there. Look at me.
It does look a little bit odd having such a mix. I mean, this is like a year or so after they brought the new uniforms in. You think they would have rolled them out to all the crew by now. Yeah. I mean, I know, it was a budget thing, but in reality, it would be odd having people on different uniforms.
Yeah.
This episode, I know you were saying about some of the effects earlier, but this episode was nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement in Special Visual Effects.
Oh. Really? It is good, and I think that's why, like all the other upscales to HD and Blu-ray, have had to have all its digital effects remastered because they weren't of good enough quality. But actually, all the effects in this episode hold up even after being HD'd. So it goes to show the quality of what they did in this episode, which is pretty cool.
And we mentioned earlier that the design of the living ship looked a bit like a pine cone. Apparently, the design was actually based in part on a peach pit. Or pip, as we would call it.
Yeah. I think he looks a bit like a hedgehog. Like a stylized hedgehog.
Yeah. Good point.
Ken Barlow. No. I'll give you his first name. It's Ensign. All right, not his first name, but his title. He's Ensign. And I'll give you a clue. His surname is the same as a Formula One racing driver. Yes. Anyway, I'll carry on now.
Formula One racing driver, though?
One that drives for Mercedes.
When?
First person to get it in chat gets the point. Or if you can. Anyway. There we go.
Well, I never.
Okay, Act 5 then. In his log, Picard tells us that the confrontation between the Romulans and 10 Man is imminent, so he's now relying on the telepathic abilities of Tam Elbrun. Data and Tam beam over to Gomtu against Troy's advice. Gomtu established direct full contact with Tam almost immediately. It's all too much for Tam, so Data tries to contact the D, but is blocked by Gomtu. I've got a picture. There we go. That's them in Gomtu. Deep inside Gomtu. Tam is getting the hang of it and sticks his hand in Gomtu, which Gomtu seems to like, makes pleasing noises. It's a thing. It happened.
No. Don't.
Data tries to put his hand in Gomtu as well, but Gomtu doesn't allow his hand to go in. They penetrate the inner chamber through flap-like doors, which Data finds intriguing, which I thought was very Spock.
You're just being deliberately rude on purpose.
No, I'm just describing what... Look, you can see the doors.
Penetrating its flaps. I mean,
look at them. It's these. They like sort of...
I know what you're talking about.
They sort of curl... They sort of curl open.
They do. It's because of the way you touched it.
Yeah. They just sort of receded. Like any... Yes. Data like almost raises an eyebrow and goes intriguing, which I thought was very Spock-like of him. It looks to be a control room or bridge. Tam explains that Gomtu and crew existed in a symbiotic relationship, and once Gomtu lost his crew, he had no reason to exist. Data speculates if caring for someone is the purpose of existing, and Tam agrees that for him it is. And that Troy was right. He could lose himself here. Data says they have a job to do to rescue Gomtu and report their findings to Starfleet, and Tam confesses that he has no such plans on returning. Gomtu makes a little command chair for him in the middle of the room, which is quite sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Romulans hail the Enterprise and tell them that if they interfere, they will be fired upon. But Picard says that they'll defend the life form anyway, and the conversation ends. Just then, the star starts to go supernova, which is not good timing. Back on board Gomtu, Tam implores Data to explain to the Enterprise crew how happy he is now, that all the voices are gone, and it's just Tin Man in his head. This is where he belongs. There we go. Okay.
Although we said at the beginning that what was he called? Jay Chataway did some of the music and used some interesting sounds like didgeridoos and stuff. There was another like organic layer of sound when they were inside the ship, and it was actually achieved by making one of the not making. I'm sure he volunteered, but one of the crew called Jim Worthington. He was one of the editors. Yeah, go on.
Did he hold a mic to his stomach? And was
yes.
It like, yeah.
He ate a massive pizza and then went into like a special sound room and put a microphone on his tummy.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And the chair was a reverse time lapse of like a wax statue melting. Or a wax chair melting.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Gomtu emits another energy wave, but this time it throws the Enterprise and the Warbird away from the exploding star. By the time the Enterprise stops, it's 3.8 billion kilometers away from Beta Stronger, and the star collapsed into a supernova. Ping! There it is. That's a reused effect. You're probably going to tell me now. You going to tell me that?
No, but I am going to tell you that because it hurtled them 3.8 billion kilometers away, the amount of time it would have taken them to see the light from that supernova, it would have taken about 3.5 hours to get to them.
Well, you know they have to rush away from a supernova in The Naked Now.
Yeah.
The sort of second episode of TNG.
Mm-hmm.
This is a reuse of the Naked
supernova.
A supernova going off behind your head. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure they used a miniature version of that for the episode. You know, the dark eyes in the dark.
Oh.
Two moons circle. Two eyes in the
So
dark.
it's like worst episode ever.
I'm not getting the. I'm not getting the.
Oh, that's with
You're not getting
Troy.
it?
Troy, and
Troy
she's in this
episode.
fever dream, and she's just keeps repeating these words over and over again.
Wow.
It's really annoying.
Who are you? Where are you? I can't find you.
I think we haven't had that episode yet, so that horror is still to come, right?
Yeah, that's later on. That's quite a bit later.
That's
terrible
one
episode.
point.
6, I think, season 6. Anyway, here it
no
is.
point.
Here it is in the Naked Now. When it goes supernova, because you see it by itself, and here it is in this episode. We've just stuck it on the view screen.
Nice.
There you go. Yep. Oh, right. Go back.
Dear.
What is it? Have we got answers in?
We got Bob, Franco, Ken Barlow, Gary Barlow, George Russell, Handy Andy, George, Ensign Russell, Chuckle Brothers, Lewis, to me to you, Ensign Biatch.
Right. Well, the answer.
I heard 2 roughly right answers in there.
Yeah.
One very right, one semi right.
That's correct. Yes, it's Ensign Russell. So full points to Andrew and
120 points, right?
half points to Stu Plum for getting the surname. Yeah.
And no points to anyone else. I mean, I
No
knew it,
points.
but it was... Oh, no, I didn't know it. What I did was I looked it up. Did you ask about that character for any particular reason?
I did, because it's interesting. He's in a lot of episodes. Lot of episodes. He's been in a lot of episodes. I think the first episode he was in was Yesterday's Enterprise. He was in a number of scenes in Yesterday's Enterprise as Ensign Russell in the background, like in 10 Forward. Yeah. But
Star Trek Next Generation, 53 episodes.
Yeah. You'll see him everywhere. And not only that, but then gets transferred to the USS Voyager, and he's in most of Voyager as well. as Ensign Russell.
Have you got a picture of him?
Yeah. I can actually show you.
The other thing is, the actor is called Debbie David.
What a name.
And has changed gender.
Has he really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you probably would with the name Debbie David. It makes
Well,
sense.
yes.
Well, obviously that wasn't what she used to be called.
I'm just trying
right. Do you think before it was David Debbie?
I don't know. I think it was Chris David. I don't know.
I'm just trying to find his
Carl
name.
David. Was Carl David, now Debbie David.
Oh, it was Carl. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is his service history. Oh, stupid bloody adverts. There you go. You wanted a picture of him. There he is.
So many episodes.
Working on his isolinear chips. But this is all the instances where he's in a scene each season.
And was in Star Trek Generations.
Was he?
There
was
he is
he,
in engineering.
Was he a Jembadar in Deep Space Nine?
No, he
No
always
mention of Deep Space Nine.
he
Plays this
always
character.
plays Ensign Russell.
But in Voyager, he gets promoted to lieutenant.
Yeah,
Becomes
he's
Lieutenant Russell.
That's right, and he goes to command. So he in being transferred from the Enterprise to Voyager, he changes from engineering to command and gets a promotion to lieutenant. Have we got
There
any?
you go.
It was a bit of a blurry photo of him there on Voyager.
Oh yeah.
The only time he doesn't
Interesting.
appear as Ensign, as the actual character, is when he appears as a hologram in Future Imperfect. There's a hologram of
Was
him.
he part of the production crew as well, or
No, he's just
aware
a,
of.
or
He was
just an
also
extra?
a bit
He was
character
also.
extra.
It says that he was a Borg in.
You can tell I've been looking for
Descent Part
rugs.
2.
can't you?
He was a. He was also a Borg in Descent and Descent Part 2. But I mean, I assume that's a separate Borg, not Ensign Russell having been assimilated or what have you. But
Anyway, there we are.
Interesting.
That's amazing. Like, they're all uncredited as well. Like, to be in, like 60 episodes of Star Trek. Oh, and also Generations, the film.
Is he?
And be uncredited. That's amazing.
Right.
Thank you for that, Monty Bam.
Yeah, there we go. Ensign Russell. We'll have to go on Ensign Russell like spotting. Now. So he's in most episodes. So it was like, who spots Ensign Russell this week?
Play like Where's Waldo?
Yeah, Where's Waldo with Ensign Russell. That's I like that feature. That might be that might become a thing. Yeah. Right. Well, does anybody know where I was?
I don't know.
You were at the supernova.
Yeah. There you go. So it just gone supernova. So as the star explodes and they're watching it on the view screen, the crew's worried about Data and Gomtu and maybe Tam. Don't know if they're too worried about Tam, but they're worried for their crewmates. But Data, moments later, appears on the bridge. Troy asks him about Tam.
Moments later?
Yeah, moments later, Data appears. And Data tells Troy that Tam's found what he's looking for. Data meets Troy in the observation lounge, and he tells her he's witnessed something remarkable. Individually, they were broken, but when they joined, grief turned to joy and loneliness to belonging. When Tin Man returned him to the Enterprise, he realized this was where he belongs. And so, special moment for Data there. And they look out to the stars.
Sweet.
And that was the end of the episode.
That was super sweet.
Have you got anything else?
I was just going to say that there were actually quite a few. Well, there were 4 people that wrote this episode, but because of the the rules in America, you're only allowed to have 3 writers or something because of the Writers Guild. So because of that, they used, who was it? Bailey. They used one of the writers' name as the middle name of one of the other writers, so they sort of credited her by putting her as a middle name on one of their names.
Dennis
which I thought
Putman
was
Bailey.
quite cool. Trying to get around the rules. Yeah. So they did that, which was pretty cool. And the other thing I was going to say was Robert Shearer said he was disappointed with it. He thought it was interesting, but he doesn't think that they properly pulled off the sense of the living ship, being a living ship. And he said, God knows I tried. We struggled with it, but ended up a little bit insufficiently fulfilled, I thought. An interesting show, but perhaps not our best work. So he obviously had a vision, which was just really difficult to kind of bring it together in terms of the practicalities of it all. I mean, they certainly tried. I mean, that set on the inside of the ship, I mean, I don't know whether that was created specifically for this or where that came from, but I mean, it did kind of make you feel like you were in, like, those corridors looked a little bit like the insides of intestines and stuff, right? So I think it was relatively well done. And they obviously went all out with the sound effects and things like that, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it would have needed some kind of movement to really feel alive, right?
Yeah. Thing is, sometimes when something's so alien, you don't really recognize what you're looking at, do you? So it's kind of good that maybe it didn't quite come across because it's alien, isn't it? But it does remind me of like Moya from Farscape, because they take that sort of concept and run with it for the whole show, don't they? And
well, what it reminded me of more was because he wanted to sort of the ship wanted to kill it off in a supernova, which actually seemed a bit odd to me, because if the ship was so suicidal, why did he warn it that the Romulans wanted to kill it? I guess because he still felt for it and wanted to save it. But you'd think like the ship would have gone, oh, okay, yeah, they want to kill me, fine, I want to die, no, instead of blasting them and killing them all. But the fact that it wanted to go off and die in a supernova reminded me of a Vorlon ship. Because that's what they do when their owners, as a living ship, when their owners
they
leave them, they go off and fly into a star. So it reminded me of that.
Babylon 5.
I know. It's amazing.
Ensign Lambert and Butler. What have you guys been talking about in my chat? What are you doing there?
Ensign Benson, Ensign Hedges, Ensign Marlborough, Ensign Lambert and Butler. This is all makes of cigarettes.
I don't know.
Ensign Benson.
Ensign Benson. Right, who wants the last and final question of the day?
Me.
Only if I can get it right.
It's a difficult one. I've chosen the last question's quite difficult. You need to have just watched the episode and haven't made notes maybe or something. It's quite hard. So at the end of the episode here, right at the picture we see, we get, just before this scene, a captain's log that says the Enterprise is heading to what starbase to effect a full repair? So, the Enterprise is heading to what starbase to effect a full repair? That's a pretty difficult question, because I didn't say it in my spiel. You just need to know.
Yeah.
Starbase. But
We
I
had
think
a little bit of buffering there, but hopefully it's okay again now.
Oh, buffering. It might be on your end. It might not be on our end.
Well, I was having the problem, and then Stu Plum posted that he was having the problem. So if it was two of us, then...
Oh. Let me have a quick look at my metric things. Oh, it says it's okay. So
I think mine's going again now. Mine's looking all right again now. It was, yeah. But anyway, sorry. So, yeah. Do you want to repeat it just in case?
Oh, well, I'll repeat it just in case.
What starbase? Yeah.
So, what starbase? Oh, no, I am getting a problem. Oh, don't give me that.
We're nearly done.
It's looking all right. It's looking all right now.
Hold on.
We're nearly there.
I'm not noticing anything my end.
No, we're nearly there. So, fingers crossed it's all right. But yes, what starbase are they heading to effect full repair? That's your last question. Get them in chat. If you don't know, give us your guess. Starbase what? Give it a whirl.
Yeah. So I was going to say sets in general. I mean, I just mentioned about Tin Man, but they got about a bit, really, I think, in this episode. You know, sometimes you see only a couple of sets, but for the fact that they used the ready room, the transporter room, Data's quarters, engineering, sick bay, a completely alien ship, the bridge, ready room. I mean, it was like a lot of different sets they used in this one episode. They were just here and there and everywhere, so that's pretty good. And yeah, the other thing I was going to suggest, which we don't have to do, but I was thinking about the fact that you've got quite a nice Romulan warbird behind you somewhere, haven't you? And I didn't know, because you've got a lot of props and toys and things that you've gathered over the years.
I do.
I thought you could, if you can think of a relevant one, you could do a little bit of a show and tell each week for a relevant prop or replica or what have you that you have.
Yeah, I've got
It'd be an opportunity to show some of your collection.
Lots of bits and bobs. I don't know if you can just see by the on-air sign up here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a nose of a
teeny bit.
There's a nose of a warbird just sticking out past the on sign there. Yeah, I do like my Star Trek bits and bobs.
It's like the stream looks fine now, but I need to press live.
Yeah,
live. There we go. Yeah,
it's looking all right. Yeah, we just had a little blip for a moment. It happens sometimes. It happens. So as we're getting answers in for the starbase, give us a number. Think about your scores. What do you score this episode? And while we're at it, I'll get the scores up because we need to get G-Star's score on an episode that he hasn't scored yet. From a while ago, yeah.
Not that I'm trying to influence anybody's score, but I would say that on IMDb, this episode scores 7.3.
Did I not give you the points for Captain's Holiday?
No, for allegiances. The one before Captain's Holiday. You don't know what Allegiances is now, do you?
I'm drawing a blank as well.
Do you want me to play the trailer for Allegiances?
No,
I will.
Go on,
do
man.
It. Right.
You need to play the trailer for the next episode in a bit.
Yeah.
Andrew's the first with scores in of 8 out of 10.
Oh, right, yeah. Here we go. This is all for G. Look, what we do, for our co-host here.
Sorry.
Next time on Star Trek: The Next Generation, Captain
Star
Picard is
Trek.
secretly kidnapped and replaced by an alien imposter,
Oh, this one.
That's not the captain I know.
while the real captain is trapped with savage prisoners.
We are not the enemy.
The imposter is leading the ship into disaster.
You are endangering this ship for no reason.
That's rinsing your
On
hands, man.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Star Trek.
There you go, then,
That
G.
guy's going to do the next. He's going to be
Was
the
that
next
one?
journalist. Yeah.
Well, on a vault in the
Yeah,
news.
on Paranormal News, he's going to be the next journalist going, yeah, I'm here. And I'm...
Yeah.
Right. I would give that one
8.
8.
Ooh.
How does that compare to what we gave it?
I gave it 7. You gave
Spreader
it 6.
sheeter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Captain's Holiday. We did
Unusual
7, 8,
for our
7.
resident Craig to score higher than
Yeah,
me.
it's unusual. It's unusual for Craig Revel Horwood there to be.
I particularly remember that was a fave. That was one of those episodes that you kind of can just watch again and again.
It's good. It's a good
Oh.
For
episode.
me.
It's good.
Have we got our scores ready for this episode?
Oh no.
No. What did you say that give it on IMDb? Was it? Sorry.
IMDb is 7.3.
7.3.
Stoopcom gives it a 7. Andrew gives it an 8. Nobody else has scored it yet.
Okay. Right.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Born ready.
1, 2, 3, go!
Oh, wow. 3G. 3G.
That works with 4 as well. Oh,
And 5.
5 G.
What's 3G these days? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, I better show you the. And who won? Oh, yeah, we haven't actually. Oh, my gosh. We haven't done the. Anyway, before I put our scores in, who won the quiz? As.
Did you haven't done the answers to the last question yet, so I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Oh, gosh, what am I doing? Sorry, I do apologise.
Sorry.
What space station?
It was
repaired?
Starbase 152. So
G-Star got it right. Stu Plum got it right. I think they're the only two that got it right.
1,000 points, right?
Was that 140 points,
140 points.
So Stu Plum 140 is on 480. G-Star 140 puts you on 420. And yeah, so I think that's it. So Stu Plum won.
Stu Plum
With a
won
480
again.
points.
Wow.
G-Star was second with 420. Andrew was third with 360. Then Kaz, then Mickey, and then Lonely Old Me at the bottom of the pile, as per news.
Plum and his pesky notes.
Stu Plum and his pesky notes. He does make
Just
copious
marching away
notes.
with
He
it.
does. He is the Mickey Early of
I mean,
season 3. Isn't he?
Season 3, yeah, I was going to say, Stu Plum's never dominated like this in the last two series.
After 2 seasons, Mickey's hand is just a bit sore.
I know. He's
I
like,
think I think he's been a bit busy. There's been a few times where he's either
Yeah.
not been here or he hasn't had a chance to watch the episode. So, yeah, season 3, Mickey's got some other priorities. Like last couple of seasons, he was furloughed. We were in lockdown, and he had all the time in the world. Oh, bless.
Did you give it a 8 that episode, Maria?
I gave it a 7.
Oh, you gave it 7, and G gave it 3.
Yarr.
3. That's really harsh.
Sorry, hate the episode.
Stuplum gave it a 7. Andrew gave it an 8.
I think
the only marks out of 10 I got online was from
Karen gave it
Adam
121
gave it a
plus
7.
1. Eh?
I'm
Equals
gonna
MC
be honest.
plus X. What is C?
The 3 points really come from the special effects, and that's about it, really.
Fair enough. All entitled to opinions.
It's one of those episodes that I just don't like watching.
That makes it.
I found it quite entertaining.
5.33.
That's
joint
only
with
third lowest.
Evolution as the third lowest. Yeah. Third lowest. Wow.
See you later, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
Oh, yeah, good to see you, Andrew.
Well, I don't think we're here next week, are we? Are you away, Monty Bam?
No, we're here next week. We're here next week.
Oh, right.
It's the
Okay,
week
we are
after.
here next week.
It's the week after.
See you next week.
Yes.
Yeah, we might post the link again for people to join. He's desperate to come on, and we haven't had a Scottish accent on. That'd be cool.
That'd be great. Yeah, we'll get you on. Join us next week. Yeah, it's that your 3 has made it the joint third worst of the season. Yeah, so
sorry, got to be honest.
That's all right.
I scored higher than you guys on,
Yeah,
definitely.
And I think you're right in the special effects. The special effects are, I think, good in this episode. I think the sets are good. I think the effects of the alien craft is good. I think the warbirds look good always. I think he's a bit annoying in it.
The main extra.
I kind of
think that's what he's supposed to be.
I kind of struggle with that one because I think to myself, is that good acting? Because he was supposed to be just unlikable, and that makes him good. But however, I was thinking about this afternoon, and the reason why I'd then pull back out of that argument is because that actor I've seen in a lot of different things.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer
plays the same character. It's like the same annoying. Just he's annoying. So I think he's perfectly typecast. But he's annoying, and it makes the episode annoying for me. It's just like as soon as I hear the words Tin Man, I'm like, no, don't want to watch that episode. Skip.
Oh, bless Mickey. He says life is kicking his butt this season. He's been so busy and all over the place. What with injuries and being away skiing and all sorts of stuff. You got a lot going on, Mickey.
Yeah. I don't know. He was. I mean, you say that, but he was good in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as the mayor.
Yeah, he was great in Buffy.
Because he just played that kind of wholesome wholesome dad. Cooking cookies. Just like for one moment, and then like really evil.
It's like he's cooking cookies, and then it pans around, and he's got somebody like chained up torturously that he's cooking cookies for.
Yeah. Because he's like just really like everything had to be just so, didn't it? It's like he was like obsessive compulsive about manners and cleanliness and all those sorts of things. So he was like really evil by being nice at the same time. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. He just is.
I thought Data was quite sweet in this episode as well. I quite liked the exchanges with him.
Yeah. I liked the sort of not arc really, but the ending for Data in his realization, because it posed some philosophical questions about the meaning of life, and what actually happened to him just really resonated with him at the end, and he was like, I actually think I understand some of this shit now.
Yeah. I belong.
I get it. I kind of get it. Which is pretty cool. But I do agree with G. I have to say, 6 is the lowest I've gone for quite a number of episodes, because it is one of those episodes I just skip. I just do, I just find it a bit boring.
I was not looking forward to it. It was a bit like you've been with other episodes, but I found myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. There was some good action stuff, exploding Romulan ships, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, look, puppy cam. Oh, Kaz will be so happy.
You haven't seen a Chewie today, so that's was just for Karen for a little Chewie check-in. Smiler Rainbow's trying to do that without being in shot. She's trying very best to like.
Flying dog comes in, levitates, and then flies back out.
It's quite funny. Anyway, there we go. That's where we got Tin Man. Who wants to know what the next episode is?
Me. Have you got the trailer?
No. No. And I've got to recheck what I think I know what the next episode is, because just remembering the videos. But I think it's the most toys.
Oh,
have you got it?
We haven't got a trailer for it.
I'm going to bring that up.
No,
now.
It's not.
Is it not?
It's Hollow Pursuits.
Oh, it's Hollow Pursuits and then the most toys. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, well, maybe.
Is this the first one with Barkley?
Yeah.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring the trailer up now. Oh, what do you mean, ugh?
Just the most toys.
Oh, yeah, that's the one after. I knew that was coming up, though. Wait a minute. Press pause. All right, here we go. Let's get this trailer on. This is next week's episode.
Next time on Star Trek: The Next Generation, a serious accident releases highly toxic chemicals.
Begin evacuation of secondary hull.
And contamination ignites a chain reaction that's tearing up the Enterprise.
Controls are not responding, sir.
Now the crew faces destruction at breakneck speed.
We can't shut it down, Captain. She's accelerating out of control.
On the next exciting episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Wow, that's quite funny, isn't it? That's quite funny in that it doesn't actually mention
Show Barkley at all.
Or mention any of his storyline about the holodeck and his holodeck addiction in that at all.
They just wanted to show the action shots, right?
Yeah, they just look at the action. Look at the crisis
on Star Trek.
Spaceships and explosions.
Not this nerdy guy going,
universe.
I'm addicted to the holodeck.
Yeah, well, you can go scrub out the holo filters.
Yeah, that's right. That's his job after he's finished with it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's next week's episode.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, look forward to that. Next week we are doing the TNG Review Show on Wednesday as normal.
Yay.
And then the week after we will be having a week off for the first week of Easter holiday because we'll be on holiday. But
cool.
Yes. Yes.
Well, if everybody hates the most toys, then we could cover that on our week off, right? I'm joking.
You could do if you wanted to. I'd be happy.
No, I just mean by skipping it, but no, I'm joking.
No, it's still got interesting things to talk about, even if we trash on it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might find new and interesting angles that we.
New and interesting ways of trashing an episode.
Yeah, that might be one of the worst episodes of season 3, though. Maybe.
I can't even remember. It's got something to do with data, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got the guy in it. He's the same in everything that he's saying. Yeah.
He's the curator of Warehouse 13. Have you ever watched Warehouse 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nanite Stuplum.
Majram, Stuplum. Oh, what was your Klingon word of the day?
Klingon word of the day. Sorry, I forgot.
Wait, Stuplum, don't go. You need the Klingon word of the day, or else you won't be able to sleep.
Sure
first, I just want.
If you like.
It's nighttime.
Oh bother.
Majram is good night.
Majram is good night.
Mm-hmm. I say that to Stuplum every week.
Majram.
It's a bit sort of fairy-like for Klingon. Majram.
It's probably Majram. Yeah. We always say hello as
Sounded
Nook
more like
Ne.
Mad Rum.
But
That's
yeah.
hello, isn't it?
Yeah. We had no the other week, and so I thought, well, we need yes. So, ja is yes.
That's not easy to remember.
It's
Well, that's
actually
chair
just
with a K.
Hija, but the H is a capital H, so it's like a. So it's ja. Yeah. So there you go. Ja. Yes. So that's a yes. So we've had Beloved, Pech, Booby Trap, Gorvan, Doctor, Quell, Jin, Lachon Duch, Good Night, Majram, Happy Birthday, Quaslij Datlajaj. Datlajaj. Hello is Nook Nech. Klingon Knife, Duck Ta. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh no. Kismas dat vlajaj edge dish to dat vlajaj. No. Qual. Rum. Jach. Success. Kapla. Yes. Hitja. And you're weird. Patak. So that's all of our Klingon words so far.
Nicely done.
Some of them are technically sentences.
Yeah, well, we're not.
It's because it cropped up and during an episode, and people going, "Oh, what's Klingon for?" So he's ended up.
It was
looking
somebody's
it up for them.
birthday, and it was Christmas time, so we're not.
Very good.
We're not
I think
restrictive.
Smiler put like "Happy Birthday" in chat for me in like Klingon or something along those lines.
Yes, Kosliji dat vijaj. Anyway.
Very good. We're all learning together.
We're expanding our Klingon horizons. Yes. So join us next week. Oh, thank you, G-Star, by the way. Thank you for coming along and joining us as a drop-in
I was
co-host.
just sitting here listening to the show whilst I was doing some editing and pulling the videos, etc. And I just thought, you know what? I'm on holiday. Why don't I just pop along?
Loved your last two videos,
Nice.
by the way. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Very good.
There might be a little bit of a gap now because I've decided I'm gonna do a little bit of a mini documentary, a little bit of a G-Star Vault special.
Crikey.
Nice.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah, not anything massive, just a little bit different than the usual episode.
Cool.
A best of the best, let's say.
Oh, nice. So we'll join you next Wednesday. Oh, thank you, Maz, as well. Thank you, Maz. Thank you, everyone in chat. Andrew, Karen, Maz. That's you. Just thank you. Stu Plum, G-Star. Yeah. And, of course...
Andrew.
I said Andrew.
Mickey.
I couldn't forget Mickey. And
Donna.
my wrench, Smiler Rainbow.
Debbie David.
Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt.
Cristiano Rialdo, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Ensign
coming
Russell.
along, Brad.
Yeah, we'll join you. You join us next Wednesday. I've had too much of this Merlot. Join us next Wednesday at 8:00 for another TNG Review Show. Cheers.
Bye.
Oh, where's the end button? There it is. I got it.
I don't know, but find it soon.